A man adopts a dog with 3 legs who quickly becomes an integral part of his life. Despite the dog's physical limitations, he is a happy and affectionate pet. However, things take a dramatic turn when the man has a stroke. Suddenly, he finds himself unable to move or call for help, lying helpless on the floor. But then, something miraculous happens. This incredible story of love and bravery between a man and his adopted pet will leave you feeling inspired and moved. It's a testament to the incredible bond that can form between humans and animals, and the lengths they will go to protect and care for one another. Whether you're a dog lover or just appreciate a good heartwarming story, you don't want to miss this incredible tale of survival and friendship. Hey there, Viral Videos here. Before we go on, like this video, smash the subscribe button and click the notification bell. We post the most beautiful, amazing, and scary videos every single day. Let's proceed with the video. Peter was a middle-aged man who lived in a small town. He had lived a simple and happy life with his wife, who was his best friend and soulmate. But one day his world was turned upside down when his wife passed away unexpectedly. Peter was devastated by the loss and felt incredibly alone. He had always been the kind of person who preferred to keep to himself, but now that he was on his own, he felt an emptiness that he couldn't fill. Days turned into weeks and weeks turned into months, but Peter's sadness and loneliness persisted. He went through the motions of daily life, but everything felt pointless and dull. He struggled to find joy in anything. He couldn't shake the feeling that his life was over. Peter tried to keep busy, but even that couldn't keep his thoughts from straying back to the woman he had loved and lost. He would spend hours just staring at her picture, trying to remember every detail of her face. Peter and his wife had met in middle school, and from the moment they met, they knew that they were meant to be together. They were the epitome of young love, always holding hands and stealing kisses whenever they could. They were real lovebirds. Throughout high school, they continued to date, and their love only grew stronger. They talked about their future together, and they knew that they would be together forever. After high school, they went to college together, and they got engaged shortly after graduation. They were married in a beautiful ceremony surrounded by their family and friends. They were so happy and in love, and they knew that they would have a happy life together. They started their new life together, filled with love and happiness. Throughout their marriage, they faced many challenges, but their love for each other never wavered. They were each other's rock, and they were always there for each other, no matter what. They were the epitome of true love, and they were a true inspiration to everyone around them. Sadly, Peter's wife passed away from a rare medical condition, leaving Peter devastated. He felt lost and alone, but he knew that he would always have the love and memories of his wife with him. He was grateful for the time that they had spent together, and he knew that their love would last forever. He knew he had to change something, so he tried to socialize and make new friends, but it felt pointless. He wasn't interested in dating or starting a new relationship. He just wanted his wife back. He felt like a shell of a man he used to be, going through the motions of life without any real purpose or direction. Peter's loneliness was a heavy weight on his shoulders, and he couldn't shake the feeling that he was stuck in a never-ending cycle of sadness, but he couldn't give up. He knew that he needed to find a way to pick himself up and carry on. He just didn't know how. As he lay in bed one night, staring at the ceiling and feeling lost, Peter realized that he needed to make a change. He needed to find a way to fill the emptiness in his heart and find meaning in life again. He didn't know what the future held, but he was determined to find a way to heal and move forward. All of a sudden, he had an idea. One day as Peter was walking home from the grocery store, he noticed a little girl playing with a cute black and white puppy in a nearby park. The puppy was full of energy and seemed to be having a blast as it chased after the ball. As he watched the little girl and the puppy, Peter felt a pang of sadness in his heart. He missed his wife terribly and felt the emptiness of his life all over again. But as he watched the little girl and puppy playing together, he had an idea. Maybe a companion could help fill the emptiness in his heart. He had always wanted a dog, but his wife had been allergic, so they had never been able to have one. Now with his wife gone, he realized that a new door had opened for him. The idea of getting a dog filled Peter with excitement. He envisioned long walks in the park, playing fetch and snuggling up on the couch together. He knew that it wouldn't replace his wife, but he hoped that it would bring some joy and purpose back into his life. The next day, Peter went to the local animal shelter and started looking at dogs. He saw so many dogs that were in desperate need of a loving home, and it broke his heart. He wanted to take them all home with him, but he knew that he couldn't. He needed to find the right dog, one that would be a good match for him. Peter was walking through the animal shelter, admiring all the dogs, when he suddenly heard a loud bark. He turned to see a dog with 3 legs running toward him, wagging its tail excitedly. The dog was a mix of black and brown with a big smile on its face. Peter was immediately drawn to the dog. He knelt down to pet the dog, and the dog licked his hand happily. Peter was shocked by how friendly and affectionate the dog was, despite only having 3 legs. He looked around for a sign or information about the dog, but there was none. He decided to ask the shelter worker about the dog, and she told him that the dog had been found as a stray and had been hit by a car. The vet had to amputate one of its legs, but the dog had made a full recovery and was now ready for a new home. Peter felt a strong connection to the dog. He could see the love and joy in its eyes, despite its past hardships. He realized that this was the dog he had been looking for, the one that would bring joy and happiness back into his life. He adopted the dog that day and named him Tripod. Tripod was a perfect match for Peter. He was full of energy and life and always seemed to know when Peter was feeling down. Tripod was always there to comfort Peter, and Peter quickly realized that he found a new best friend. Peter and Tripod quickly became inseparable. They spent every moment together, going for walks, playing fetch, and cuddling up on the couch. Peter loved watching Tripod run around, despite only having 3 legs. Tripod was full of energy and life, and he always seemed to be happy. As the days went by, Peter realized that Tripod was more than just a companion. He was a best friend. Tripod was always there to comfort Peter, and Peter could feel the love and happiness radiating from Tripod. The bond between the two of them was growing stronger every day. Peter soon forgot about his late wife and the emptiness he had felt after her passing. Tripod had filled that void with love and happiness. Peter realized that he had made the best decision of his life by adopting Tripod. He was grateful for Tripod every day, and he knew that Tripod felt the same way. Tripod was always by Peter's side, and Peter could feel the love and joy in Tripod's eyes. He was so grateful for Tripod and the love and happiness that he brought into his life. Peter also noticed that Tripod seemed to have a special sense about when he was feeling down. Tripod would always come over and nuzzle up against Peter, and Peter could feel the love and comfort radiating from Tripod. It was as if Tripod knew exactly what he needed, and Peter was grateful for his intuition. Even when Peter needed him the most, he was there. One day, Peter suddenly felt a sharp pain in his chest. He clutched his chest and fell to the ground, unable to move. Tripod immediately ran over to him, barking loudly and licking his face. Tripod eventually broke out of the house and managed to warn the neighbors. They called the ambulance, which arrived quickly after. Peter was taken to the hospital, where he was diagnosed with a severe stroke. The doctors told Peter that he was lucky to be alive and that he would need to spend several weeks in the hospital to recover. Tripod stayed by Peter's side throughout his entire stay in the hospital. He was always there to comfort Peter, and Peter could feel the love and comfort radiating from Tripod. Tripod was a constant reminder of the love and happiness that was waiting for Peter when he returned home. As the days went by, Peter's health improved, and he was finally able to go home. However, he was still weak and needed help with everyday tasks. Luckily, his neighbor could take Tripod for a walk and be a helping hand. Peter continued to recover. He started to regain his strength and mobility. He was finally able to walk again, and he decided to take Tripod on long walks to celebrate. The two of them walked through the park, taking in the sights and sounds around them. Peter was filled with joy as he watched Tripod run and play, despite only having 3 legs. Tripod was a true inspiration. As the months went by, Peter continued to recover, and he was finally able to live his life again. He was filled with joy and happiness, and he knew that it was all thanks to Tripod. Tripod had brought love and happiness back into Peter's life, and Peter was grateful for him every day. In the end, Peter realized that adopting Tripod had been the best decision he had ever made. Tripod had brought love and happiness back into his life, and he had saved Peter's life. Peter and Tripod continued to live their lives together, always by each other's side, and always filled with love and happiness. They were a true testament to the power of love and friendship, and they were living proof that anything is possible when you have a friend by your side. What did you think of the story? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, like the video and subscribe. See you next time.